So there's this one John Waters quote where he says, it's weird being in the arts and also being in something popular like film, because this is a paraphrase, because if you make something good in art, 8 million people will hate it, and that's really good. But if you make something in like mainstream stuff, 8 million people will love it, and that's really good. So this poem is called 8 Million People Are Gonna Love It. If there are pictures of John Waters without his mustache on the internet, Google guards them jealously. Examining candids, notice his dignified high cheekbones and eyes extra large. In shots sur red carpet, best to imagine he accepts some Palme d'Or for persona. Even with such awards in mind, it's hard to make that mustache leave your eyes, reclining as it does over the soft place words come from, or possible support, an act in which his icon is the letter C turned sideways, taken inward. C as in listing, the third letter in sackcloth, picture, or obviously cock, and in the sacrifice if you displace their beauty once you find it on your face. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have no idea what that was about. This poem is called Competitive Excuse. Mark Ruffalo could get it, regardless how detested every feeling is I have and history. Like yesterday, David said, history, said Stephen, is a nightmare from which, etc. I thought I'd said that momentarily, my ego getting away from me, and I forgot the like 15 maybe pages of Joyce that I have read. Should I gossip about Ryan Murphy? Or take tease as the genius when I want something else to get me through this? Semi-charmed, I am too nervous to watch any normal heart anytime terms like HBO Go get involved. Jim Parsons' ship wars about the Bazinga show waged very bloody at one time, and that's my history, not Ryan Murphy's. All trans men are gay, adjacent to nerd culture, and underread. Somewhere else, what Avram said to Dan made me so sad. I'll watch a normal heart pump the fluid left loose in my iron uncle, my second favorite Jewish gay AIDS polemicist. Admit it, Byron was no good. No. Admit it. No. As Thomas said, I disagree, history put on ice alive, with more or less everything in this article, except for the pictures. My first favorite gay Jewish AIDS polemicist is David B. Feinberg. This poem is called Field Hospital. You may have noticed from my previous poem that I'm heavily invested in communication with older queer people. I'm 22. This is not only because I like older men, but because I feel profound frustration both with my generation's obsession with language and stable categories, but also because of older generation's frequent lack of interest in how language impacts trans people violently. And this poem explores that. It's called Field Hospital. Transsexuality empties the glamour of language. Garbage men empty green bins of recycling. The affluent leave some cities empty in summer. If you are right, in all these things, the loss implies a single and named cause. Well, then this cause is nothing to write home about, and doubtless it is lonely, leaving so many people at home with their thoughts. Justice has never been a flat, movable surface. I have fucked every white man who thumps glossaries and whose scars stretch over his chest like smiles. But I was never any word. I find your resistance to such exacting alchemists understandable. I fold my hands under the tablecloth. And this poem is called Apology. When I'd shout at you, which I don't disown, only hate, as I did its portable, proliferating moment, I was tamping something down with a grooved spade as they pat smooth the heads of new graves. My father's scowl at my sobbing when I bumped the round bone of my crotch against my first two-wheeler, striking our garage's wall. Or when he'd beg another, more romantic kiss to the lips. Or when he'd pound his civilizing fist on the bathroom door, where I hid without having to pee. The desire to irk, no, strike, no, some good thing impossible to hurt, and so be spared the danger and indignity of loving it. Thank you.